Hello. I just thought I'd provide a quick update on what's happening because I'm really excited about the future and I've got some exciting things I'm working on. One thing that I can update you on for now is that I have a paper coming up. I have a paper that's being published, and I look forward to sharing that when I can because it should be by the end of this month, and I thought it would be in November. So that's one thing. Another thing is something unfortunately I can't give too much information on, but it's related to the cancer study that I'm doing. And so there's been more progress on that, and I should hear about that soon. Sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands with these things, and you can't rely on other people. So that's part of what I've done, and it's having reward. I'm getting reward from it. So yeah, that's always good because it's been a long time coming, and you can't, as I say, you can't always rely on people. Sometimes you have to force through, get out of your comfort zone and do things yourself. Focus on what you can control, because I've had a number of setbacks over the years where sometimes even people have promised me things and it hasn't happened, and it's only happened when I've done it myself. Now the other thing is, I say done it myself, but sometimes, well, for a start, you need other people, but you need people who you can trust, because nothing really comes just from you. That initial drive can be from you, but sometimes you have to rely on other people, and you have to rely on God, or however you define that. I'd say I'm a strong believer in God, but you need to go where God wants you to go, and that inner drive, that inspiration, that's where that comes from. I've had kind of conflict in my head about how that represents itself, because I wouldn't describe myself as religious, but I read the Bible and I learn a lot from it. There's a lot of wisdom in there, and I think that one aspect of that is I'd like to do a prayer and fasting experiment, because I've done lots of fasting and sometimes I've done it with the prayer. But if you read religious texts, if you read biblical texts, there's always some element of prayer with the fasting. It's mentioned so many times, and I don't think we can discount that. I think it's important. I think around those times they understood the medicinal benefits of the therapeutic benefits of these practices of praying and fasting and having community and all these things. We know how our mental state affects the physical, and how, for example, you might be amazing at fasting during the day, but in the evening your thoughts and feelings become more, well, you're more introspective, and you have differences in your hormones and all these things, and you might have had a long day where it's been quite stressful. And so reducing that stress by being more mindful, by showing gratitude, by prayer, if prayer is your thing, I think is really important. So I'm going to, from now until January at least, I might do it routinely, but I'm going to pray and fast, and I'm hopeful that I can get some guidance as to where I'm going with everything I'm doing, because sometimes you need guidance. And so, yeah, I'm excited about that. And I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. I'm going to allow that path to be illuminated for me, so I can see where I'm going and follow God's will, because I feel like that's my calling, that's my path. And it's about helping people and being humble and thinking of the bigger picture. And so, yeah, it's an exciting new venture. And as I say, I look forward to sharing more about that. So today's going to be day 1 of the prayer and fasting. All it is for me is that I'm going to extend my fasting window. I'm not going to it's more intermittent fasting, but it's mindful intermittent fasting, and I'm extending the window. It might, on some days, if I'm being social, it might have to be a different window, but I'm making sure it's the same every day, and that I have that time to properly reflect and to pray, and to do it in a way that's meaningful and yeah, just meaningful and providing guidance and providing comfort, and being mindful about what's happening around the world, because quite a few things are. Often, even if you look at the news, which I wouldn't recommend, there are other conflicts and sad things happening all around the world that don't make the news. So there's always something going on, and always something that we can pray about and find guidance and take action to do something about, in a way that's peaceful and caring about people of all faiths, all beliefs. And yeah, because we're all part of the human race and we're all the same under God. So there we are. I'm going to get on with the rest of my day and let you know how I go with my prayer and fasting experiment. And I'm going to have more fitness goals as well, because I'm progressing with that, and this year's been a great year for improving my running and my general fitness, and doing that in a mindful way, and just being more mindful, I think, is good with that, because you're able to have that mind-body connection and understand the reasons as to why you're doing this. It's for your health. It's not to look a certain way. And I enjoy the community. I do exercise with other people, and so that's a huge thing for me. I do park run every Saturday, and it's about the community. And people actually, because I run under Real Food Runners, which is Public Health Collaboration's running group, people ask questions about that, and they learn about real food, and they'll learn that I'm running in deep ketosis whenever I run, and they think, wow, that's really interesting, because you get good times and you're one of the fast ones, and stirs up this conversation. It's nice. And so it's about having those conversations, and it's about moving forward, which is the aim. And yeah, I look forward to sharing more in the future.